Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here and today it's time for episode number 15 of our FIFA 15 West Ham United career mode. And in today's episode, as you can see on the screen, we will be simulating through transfer deadline day. As you can see there in the news, we've already signed Fabian Delph for free this transfer window, as well as Lasse Schöne from Ajax. We've also signed Andre Ayew for free as well. So we've done some pretty decent business in the transfer window so far, but I'm aiming actually to try and get a centre-back. I know I asked for central midfielders last episode and that was derpy from me, but I looked through my squad, I saw Barthluli, I saw Morrison and I saw Moncur in terms of bench midfielders. We've also got Noble, we've got Song, we've got Koyate as well, so I decided against getting a central midfielder, although as you can see on the screen, the first player we are going to look at is Guido Fofana, the central midfielder, 23 from Lyon and French. He can play as a centre-back, so it's very useful in the fact that he can play as a central midfielder or a centre-back, a little bit like Cheku Koyate, although I've come to like him playing more in central midfield these days. So yeah, I decided I probably need a little bit more depth. As you can see, we're going out for a straight swap here for Guido Fofana for James Tomkins going in the other direction, because I don't really enjoy using James Tomkins. He's not got anything special about him, despite being a very good stat. So I'm trying to sell him as well, but we've had no offers, which is something unfortunately that's a little bit disappointing about FIFA 15, is that you put players up for sale and they just don't sell. For whatever reason, they just don't sell, so I'm using them in swap deals instead. That's why I had to use Awel Furtado in the Lasse Schöne deal. You can also see Kaan Ayhan in the background, as well as Terence Kongolo we also made some offers for, but as you can see, we got straight up rejected, as has been the case for the majority of the transfer window so far. It's actually quite a wonder we've actually managed to make any signings whatsoever, but as you can see, Lyon aren't interested in James Tomkins. So that deal's effectively off, because as you saw a moment ago, we have effectively no money, and yet again, Schalke are going to come back and say that they're not interested in Tomkins, and therefore we cannot have Kaan Ayhan, the young German centre-back. Feyenoord, the deal is even more off, because they wanted 5.8 million plus Tomkins. As you can see, we only have 76 grand in transfer budget, despite asking for more money, which is kind of disappointing. I haven't really dealt with my money that well, I suppose you could say, in this transfer window, but overall the squad is still good, even if we can't make any signings at all. As you can see there, we made a loan offer for Kaan Ayhan a full 4 hours before the deadline closed, but still Schalke didn't bother replying, so I don't know what happened there. We could have signed a player on loan in 4 hours of a transfer deadline day, because it's in effect 4 days of a normal transfer window, but they just didn't get back to me. They didn't reply, so we've made no signings on transfer deadline day. I'm extremely disappointed and frustrated, because I was wanting to get at least one player, a depth centre-back or a depth central midfielder. It's slightly frustrating, but it's what it is. As you can see, Winston Reid there on the screen is asking for a rise in his wage, which can be slightly difficult, because as you saw, again, we have no money. He's wanting a 20 grand wage bonus to 50 grand from 30 grand. So not entirely sure what I'm going to have to do with that. I might have to just wait for prize money to come in. Talking of prize money and tournaments, we have been drawn against Spurs in the 5th round of the FA Cup, which is slightly annoying, because obviously they're a very good team. But forgetting about that now, we're going to get into the first game of 2 in this episode, and we are playing Manchester United. It's going to be quite a tricky episode. I forgot to say, actually, at the start, we'll be playing 2 games this episode. Firstly against Manchester United, as you can see on the screen, and then we'll be playing against Southampton away from home in the second game. Here is the lineup, as you can see in the background. Schöne and Downing as wingers, and Zarate there up front. And Zarate will be set away. He's going to try and cut inside past Johnny Evans. He's going to maybe get the shot away. He is, but it's a good save from David De Gea, replicating his form in real life. Stuart Downing's then going to pick the ball up, and he's going to put it harmlessly wide there with the long-range finesse shot. But overall in this game, United were pretty poor. They did get a chance here, Wayne Rooney. They're putting it wide and into the side netting after Scouffé came out of his goal. But overall, the passing wasn't really that good. There you can see a good save from Scouffé, and then the rebound header also saved there from Wayne Rooney's strike. Header after Juan Mata's strike. But as you can see, what a save that's going to be from Scouffé. Can we get it away? No, because Winston Reid decides to slide tackle instead of clearing it away. You know, I'm spamming X. He's not in control of the ball, supposedly. It's by literally being in contact to his foot. And yeah, so I can't get the ball away. It's a sloppy goal to concede, especially after that incredible save from Simone Scouffé from the initial shot there from Robin van Persie. But as you can see, we're going to go forward straight after kickoff. Koyate puts it forward. Downing's somehow going to win it in the air. He's going to dink it with his head over the stranded goalkeeper there, Anders Lindegaard in goal for Manchester United. And I suppose an equally sort of disgusting goal to cancel out the Robin van Persie one, I suppose you could say, because I don't know how Phil Jones or Johnny Evans or whoever it was didn't win that in the air, and then Anders Lindegaard just sort of flopped at it. As you can see there, Lasse Schöne with an easy save, or forcing an easy save there for David De Gea on the volley. Robin van Persie striking wide as well, but later on into the game, towards the hour mark, and Arturo Vidal with a slightly rash challenge, and he's going to get sent off for it there, coming through the back. That's the first red card we've seen all series apart from, was it Ricky Lambert against Liverpool? Well, I suppose we also had Umtiti sent off on the opening day of the season, but yeah, so Arturo Vidal off, and now we certainly have the advantage. A really nice bit of working play there between Koyate and Zarate, and then a great strike there from Schöne. Schöne there forcing a brilliant save out of Anders Lindegaard, but as you can see, United going forward again. We sort of close him down. Falcao there forcing an easy save from Scuffe, but now into injury time, it's do or die, and Valencia, who's come on as a substitute, is going to give it to Zarate, and surely he has to finish from here. He's like 3 yards out. He's got to... Are you Mauro? Mauro, are you actually seeing it? How have you missed that? How... Zarate, answer me, Zarate. How have you... Down to 10 men. In the last minute, we could get a win. And don't bother looking sad now, Mauro. You've wasted it for us.
6 hours later.
I don't understand. That's the reason why he's going to QPR on loan in real life. Because that's just... That's abysmal. That's I mean, you can see the ratings in the background. Cheku Koyate was actually our best player with an 8 rating. He came off late on. Downing, Song, Scuffe and Schöne with very good ratings as well. But Mauro's, I mean, that's just... That hurts. I don't know how. The worst part is that's the most winnable game we're ever going to have against Manchester United, and just disgraceful finishing from Mauro Zarate after he's been so good all season. As you can see, though, in the background, we're going to move on from that horrible piece of finishing, and you can see the squad report in the background. Quite a lot of growth, actually, for quite a few guys like Koyate, for Zarate. I think Ravel Morrison's gone up 2 there. Benzia up 2 as well as we move on to some of the substitutes and reserves. James Tompkins up 1, despite having hardly played anything at all. Bril Donald Embolo up 2 there, but he's also gone down on a few physical stats. Now, this is sort of interesting. I also noticed it with Valencia. I think when a player has a long-term injury, they go down on a few physical stats, which is actually kind of cool. I think that's quite a realistic thing. If that is intentional, it just seems quite weird that Bril Donald Embolo, an 18-year-old player, would go down on physical as soon as he gets injured, but it's quite a cool thing if that is the case. We're now going to, though, get straight into the second game of the episode after that squad report. I hope you guys enjoyed the squad report as well. I haven't showed it for a while, but I didn't feel the need to talk over it that much, but because you'll see the stats in the background. But as you can see, at a very snowy St Mary's Stadium, we are coming out onto the pitch, and as you can see there, Diafra Sakho will be starting the game. Here is the starting lineup. Scuffe there in goal. Carl Jenkinson retaining his place at right back instead of Uchida, although I may start bringing Uchida back in. As you can see there, a 4-1-2-1-2 formation with Downing and Niang as the wingers, Song in defensive midfield, Noble actually returning to the side as an attacking midfielder, and then Sakho and Valencia up front. Now, this was quite an interesting thing to open up the game. Valencia sent forward by, it may have been Alex Song. He's offside, but then the keeper touches it. Valencia tackles him, and it's deemed offside. Surely that would be second phase. I have no idea. I personally thought it would be second phase. That's 3 episodes in a row now we've had dodgy offside decisions against us. But as you can see there, 2 great saves from Artur Boric there to stop us from scoring the first there from Valencia, I think it was, and then from Noble as well. Sakho there, only denied by a really good challenge there. I think it was from Jose Font. As you can see, Sakho, though, going against Jose Font again. He beats him this time, sliding in with the shot, and unfortunately it is saved yet again by Artur Boric. Really good save there yet again, and he would be on fire, because from the resulting corner, the Pole, who of course plays for our national team now, would save again there. And I think Mark Noble, with a very nice left-footed strike, goes very close actually to the top right-hand corner, within a very, very good goal had that gone in. As you can see, though, Stuart Downing is going to give it to Alex Song in now the 79th minute. Running out of time, Valencia is going to find Zarate's come on and substitute. What a first-time ball to Morrison, and that is a fantastic goal. A magnificent team goal. First-time ball there from Zarate, perfectly timed, perfectly weighted, and a fantastic finish from Ravel Morrison, who came on as a substitute. As you can see, all the replays, because I was raving. It was an incredible team goal. I haven't scored many incredible team goals all season. They tend to be, you know, sort of curling efforts. But unfortunately, Scuffe got a little bit nervous towards the end of the game. As you can see in injury time, they're flapping out across. The resulting corner comes in. It's headed directly upwards, and it is Scuffe against Pele, and he flaps at it again. And thankfully it is cleared away, I think, by Cheku Koyate in the end, and that is the final action of the game. We do, in fact, win the game 1-0. Scuffe there looking a little bit nervous, a little bit, yeah, a little bit nervous. He still gets a very good rating because he made some very good saves during the match. He also played very well against Manchester United. They had, I think, 5 shots on target, something like that. So he's doing solidly. He's doing better than Adrian with a 7.4 rating, as you can see. Actually, our highest rated player. For the first time this season, our goalkeeper's been the highest rated player. As you can see, a good rating there for Morrison with a 7 after all, being the goal scorer, but coming on as a substitute. And Alex Song with a 7 rating as well there, the defensive midfielder. But now we're going to end with the league table. A decent episode overall in terms of results, although really we probably should have won the game against United, especially with that gilt edge opportunity for Zarate in added time. That would have been it. That would have been GG no re. It was the final kick of the game, somehow put it wide, but a good win against Southampton, a very tricky team to play despite them being down in 14th in the table. Manchester City actually top of the table, although they've played a game more than Chelsea. As you can see, they're Liverpool in 3rd with United 4th. We are actually now level on points with United, although they have played a game less and we have lower goal difference. Down at the bottom of the table there, Hull and Sunderland just outside the relegation zone, with Leicester, Burnley and Crystal Palace occupying those 3 places, and Burnley and Crystal Palace starting there to get a little bit cut adrift from the rest. But I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of FIFA 15 Career Mode. Feel free to leave a like if you did, and comment about enjoying it if you enjoyed it that much. No question of the day today, but feel free to drop your comments nevertheless. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. Subscriptions still recently have been absolutely insane, already a quarter of the way now to 3k, having only hit 2k about 2 weeks ago. But still, it's been an absolute pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a good day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.